On this episode of PDubs Arcade Loft, we're going to take a look at the Nintendo Game & Watch. Was it worth 50 bucks? Okay guys, we're back. Now, I did buy this off of Amazon when Amazon had it for 50 bucks. I think it's upwards of $100 now on Amazon, which is just crazy in my opinion. But I'm going to review this based upon the $50 price that I did pay. As you unbox it, you'll notice that you do have a USB charging cable. This thing does have a rechargeable battery, and the battery does last for a good long while. Very happy with the battery performance in this thing once it's charged. The user guide that came with this thing is very boring, very bland. It doesn't give you a lot of great instructions or anything of that nature on how to use the device. Technically, this instruction user guide is pretty much worthless. As we get to the exciting part here, we're actually taking this out of the box, and as I initially first touched it and started holding it in my hands, I was super impressed with the way this thing felt and looked. It definitely doesn't feel cheap, that's for sure. It definitely feels of quality, and I really like the D-pad on this thing and all that stuff. Oh, wait. I was playing around with the D-pad. The D-pad just feels really good. I think they did a good job here with the D-pad. The additional buttons, the settings buttons, as well as the A and B buttons, a little bit mushy, but they do the job, and they do the job really well. You have a game button, a time button, and a pause button, as well as your B and A button on the front of it. And the little screen and all that looks good. Got your little USB port for charging and the power button on the side and all that stuff. Really not much to this device. It's a pretty simple device. It only comes with 3 built-in games, as well as, of course, the watch/clock capability. Although this thing isn't huge, it just feels really good, which I like. And of course, when you fire it up for the first time, you get that beautiful Mario loading screen. Check that out. And that screen looks really good on this device. I don't think they cheaped out on the screen. I'm actually pretty impressed with the display. I love the watch, aka clock feature on here. I love how it's an animated one, and it'll randomly cycle through different backgrounds. You could also hit that button, as I was doing, to pick which background you want. You can set the volume and the brightness levels, and of course on that same screen, when you hit that pause set button, you can go down and you can adjust the time, because out of the box it's going to be at midnight, it's going to be set at 12 noon out of the box when you first fire it up, and of course you got to set your local time. Now the Game & Watch does come with 3 games. You have your Super Mario Bros. 1, you have your Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, and then of course you have the classic ball game as well from the original Game & Watch. And as you kind of play through them here, I gotta tell you, it looks really good on the screen. Hard to capture here with this camera, but the buttons feel really good. Obviously, I sucked it up right there, but very impressive as you get going and as you get used to it. This thing is a ton of fun, and it sounds really good. I'm actually quite impressed with the sound coming out of that little speaker. And of course, if you've been following my channel, you guys know that out of all the classic 8-bit Nintendo games, Super Mario Bros. Holds a special place in my heart. It was the very first Nintendo game I ever played on the original 8-bit console, and I absolutely just love this game. I love this game. I know a lot of people like Super Mario Bros. 3, but to me, you just can't beat the OG original. So much fun. Personally, I think them adding Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels to the game lineup on the Game & Watch, I think that was a pretty big win. A lot of folks out there, including myself, probably don't have a lot of experience with this title, and it's really cool to see this on this device. Kind of gives up maybe potentially a new experience for a lot of owners. It's been a lot of fun trying to figure out this game and where to go and what to do, especially if you haven't played it in the past. So there is the potential that if you've never played it before, it could be a new experience for you, which is really cool. And of course, the sound is awesome, just awesome. Now, as we take a look at the classic ball, which is probably one of the main reasons you're purchasing the Game & Watch, obviously Game A, you're juggling 2 balls. Game B, you're juggling 3 balls. And of course, playing it here, although this is obviously been emulated, it's really cool. I mean, it's old school, like really old school. But it's so much fun. I'm actually quite enjoying it. But of course, we're just limited to the number of games and options on this device. I've seen reviews of this product, as well as I have seen the pricing on this product just fluctuate. Scalpers are going nuts, scammers are going nuts. In all honesty, guys, $50, even $50, although this is really cool. I mean, think about it, guys. We're paying $50 for Mario the Lost Levels, and of course Ball, and 2 variations of Ball. So, I mean, anything more than $50 is just insane. I think the current Amazon listing might be at $100. I'll have a link in the video description below. I would not spend that much money on this device. My final thoughts are we don't need to make a super long video review of this product because there's really just not that much to it. You have 3 games, and somehow Nintendo has found a way to get us to buy Mario once again. No matter what they do in the future, we will always keep spending money and buying those games that we've already owned and paid for multiple times over. The device itself is really well built, good screen, good sound, good emulation. The games look and sound great, and actually playing through it, the buttons and the D-pads and stuff all work really well. It's a fully functioning device. I have really no complaints except about price. I do think that, honestly, despite the quality, I think this thing could have been less than $50. This thing could have hopefully been like $30, $25, something like that. We're spending a lot of money to play Super Mario Brothers all over again. But it is a beautiful little device. It's a good talking piece. Nice little clock watch you can have. And of course, there's always the ability to take it with you on travel or just annoy the wife in bed and play Mario Brothers. Since I don't think you can put headphones on this thing either. You can mute the sound, but then again, you're not going to be able to hear it when you have it muted if you're annoying the person next to you, like I did the other night. Margarita Melissa was not happy that I was playing Super Mario Brothers in bed, but I was. Anyway, guys, let me know your final thoughts and your feedback, your comments below. What do you guys think of the Nintendo Game & Watch? Hopefully you enjoyed the review video. Give us a thumbs up on the way out, and as always, thank you for subscribing.